Welcome back to the EY Center in the nation's capital for the 2018 Canadian Taekwondo Championships. Dan Mooney alongside Ali Ghafour, the founder and CEO of 2020 Armor, a three-time World Championship team member representing this country, and a four-time Canadian champion in his weight class. We got a nice one coming up. Ruxandra Rodgers from Ontario up against Rebecca Marshall of BC in another repechage match. Ruxandra Rodgers, in her two previous matches, came up with victories over Mariam Rafi and a 16-0 shutout of Marianne Leclerc to get to this point. Going up against Rebecca Marshall, Rodgers, looking at her doughback, which is the uniform that these competitors wear, has Canada on the back of it. That's got to be pretty impressive, but losing her opening match in this year's tournament to Sylvana Au Yang of Alberta.
That's right, Dan. Ruxandra comes from a family of Taekwondo practitioners. Her brother also competing at a high level, and she is a very strong fighter, also coached by Master Kim In-kyung, who is a three-time world champion representing Korea. He now has a club in Ontario. So getting coached by a great former athlete and now a great coach, this will be an exciting match.
Out of the Sport Taekwondo club in Toronto, and Rebecca Marshall of British Columbia out of Qualicum Beach, just outside of Vancouver, the Cascadia Martial Arts Club. Her coach, Brett Fee and Dustin Fee. Just checking equipment and just about to get set. The winner of this one stays alive within the tournament. The loser has their tournament finished. Testing the equipment now.
Everything good for Rebecca there. Ruxandra needs to try the head again. Okay, so usually what athletes try to do here, Dan, they try to do the minimum contact to make sure that it registers so that they have to put the least amount of effort to score a point.
In the event that that they don't register in these testing, how is the situation remedied? How would they fix the equipment?
So there could be one of two problems. If it's or three problems. If it's a headgear, they swap out the headgear. If it's the vest, they swap out the vest. Or if it's their socks, they just swap out the socks.
Okay. And it's really easy to determine what works and what doesn't.
That's right.
Underway here in match number 180 on the ladder.
And what you're seeing Red there doing is called checking. So she's trying to get Blue to fall for her fake movements, make a mistake, and then capitalize on that mistake.
These two fighters fighting in the 53-kg class, which is 116.6 pounds.
Great body shot, but did not register on the
Nothing
Alexa
scores.
system, no. Ruxandra did a great job of capitalizing that weak defense by Blue on the clinch. She had her hands up, and she went straight for the body.
Rodgers, the aggressor so far,
Oh,
and a
great
headshot,
face shot.
but it doesn't register.
Because that was actually straight to the face itself, and there are not sensors there. And you cannot protest that.
You can't protest that, but there's
psychological
shot to the
damage.
face. Absolutely.
There is psychological points there for sure.
No score. 40 seconds left in this opening round.
So, another great body shot, but not enough to trigger the point. Now, there is a minimum threshold that each weight division has to surpass to get a point. For these girls, the number is 17. And they have to pass at least 17. That one did, and Red got 2 points.
Ruxandra Rodgers in the lead by 2. 15 seconds left in the round.
Blue fighting KG here. Red more dominant in controlling the match.
Referee imploring the fighters to do just that, fight. And the round ends with Ruxandra Rodgers ahead by 2, but a lot more shots delivered in that opening round that didn't score.
That's right, Dan. You saw a face shot that went straight to the face of Blue. Because there's no electronics there, it did not show. But as we mentioned, it does do a lot of psychological damage, and you kind of notice that Blue is kind of holding back with her fight. And again, this is the repechage. This is your last match. If you do not win, you're out. So you cannot be cagey. And again, with an experienced fighter like Red here, you have to bring a lot of aggression.
1 minute is the rest period between rounds. Is that a lot of time to really get your message across as a coach?
You know, it is. It is. When you're an experienced fighter, you can only really adjust 1, maybe 2 things. You're not telling them how to learn how to kick. You're not telling them to change 17 things. Just fix 1 or 2 things, and 1 minute is quite a long time for that. Another successful body shot.
Rodgers opening up a 4-point advantage. And Rodgers connecting with Rebecca Marshall's chin strap on the headgear.
That's right. Oh, again, not getting points, but sending a lot of strong messages, psychological messages. You can even see in Ruxandra's face, she's a lot more calm. Ooh, dangerous.
That's a slip.
And almost an accidental hit to the face. Luckily, she's okay.
And a point awarded Rebecca Marshall. So she gets back within 3 on a slip.
She's going to need to do a lot more than that, though. Again, Ruxandra on the aggressiveness here. On the aggression, sorry. Oh, a body point from Blue. Close match now, 4-3.
More strategic now, and competitors being urged to fight on. A minute left in round 2. It's a chess match now.
It is. Ruxandra now a little bit more cagey now that she knows she's only 1 point behind. But she needs to actually keep the same strategy she had in the first round, which is to fight with aggression and fight hard and kick first.
Ruxandra Rodgers in red. Rebecca Marshall from British Columbia in blue. And there's a score by Marshall, and now she takes her first lead of the match.
That's right. Now it's a different game. Ruxandra now is trailing. So let's see how she changes her fighting style.
For the first time, and then she gets the headshot, but Marshall gets a body shot in, and we're tied at 7.
Wow, what a great round.
Knee to the chest, 4 seconds left in round 2, setting up what could be a pretty exciting third round.
It's anyone's game. Honestly, Rebecca pulled out some very strong body shots that I didn't expect her to do. She wasn't really doing much in the first round, but in that second half of that second round, she caught up. So if she keeps that up, it could be her game. But again, Ruxandra, a very strong fighter. It'll be an exciting third round.
Looking at the early part of that second round, Marshall seemed very tentative.
Yes.
But once you get that first one in,
absolutely,
it seemed to give her a little bit more confidence.
Absolutely, exactly. So she took a few headshots early in the game, and that did bring her confidence down. Once she got those body shots and she saw that she could stay in the game, her confidence definitely rose, and we'll see if she can maintain that for the entire third round.
Ruxandra Rodgers getting some instruction from Master Kim In-kyung, and Brett Fee in the Marshall corner, patting his charge on the back. Get going. Here we go, the third and final round in this repechage match. The winner moves on. The loser has their tournament quashed.
Ruxandra fighting cagey. That's not what she needs to do. She needs to be the aggressor.
And a point taken away from Marshall.
For kicking low or without the intention of kicking.
Nothing registered. Nice flurry from Marshall, but nothing scored.
Ruxandra in red there trying to force Rebecca by making a move for those feints.
A shot by Ruxandra Rodgers gets through. Again, doesn't score.
Red's coach telling her after she kicks to follow up again, not just to stop at the one kick.
Rodgers in red leads by a single point with a minute remaining.
One minute left. Anyone's game at this point. 1 point is not a strong lead, especially how Rebecca was able to pull off those body shots.
Again, a little difficult to score when you're in that close.
That's right. And Ruxandra had a lot more energy in the first round, and she seems like she's a little bit low on energy, and she needs. Oh, she gets the headshot.
Rodgers taking command of this one, 40 seconds.
Ruxandra playing possum and saving that energy for that headshot.
There's another headshot by Rodgers. She leads by 7. Rodgers waiting till the third and final round to open things up.
Now Blue needs to pick that confidence back up again.
Now Marshall on the attack, but can't score. 10 seconds left to go, and it looks like Rodgers is going to take this one and continue to fight on. There it is, and Ruxandra Rodgers with 7 in that third and final round wins it 14-7, and she'll move on. Rebecca Marshall from BC with a valiant effort, just not enough in the third and final round.
Yeah, you know what, Dan? Rebecca, when she loses confidence too quickly, too easily, when she got those headshots, you can just see it in her face and her body. She just goes down an energy level, and she needs to actually use that to bump up her energy level and fight back hard. So that's what I would be telling her as a coach right now.
Well, we look forward to seeing Ruxandra Rodgers later in our coverage. For now, we'll take a break. You're watching the 2018 Canadian Taekwondo Championships from the EY Center in the nation's capital.